Hi, my name is Oscar Manjano, major is exploratory, but interested in mathematics major. This project is important to me because it explains my story during the COVID-19 pandemic. My initial reaction to being aware of COVID-19 was that I felt really happy at the time or at the moment in my environmental science class in high school, where I heard someone in the announcements told me that there was a pandemic spreading. I thought it was I thought it wasn't a big deal, and being at home would be great. A few weeks later, I was still happy that we were able to be online learning, and in person going to school every day. From that day forward, my life would change in trying to adapt to this new of learning called online learning. My thought process after fully understanding the severity of COVID-19 is that I was scared that me or any of my family members would be affected by this, and I didn't want that to happen. So I searched the internet for more information about the virus and the news, which found that it's a deadly virus, killing people who could get this. I understand that we should only get out of our houses if we are getting food, and always wear a mask at all times. Remote learning has affected me so much because I know every day everybody in senior year had to adapt to this new environment. What affected me at home was trying to learn how to interact and participate through an app called Zoom, a platform where teachers go and their class are able to communicate with students. I found it very difficult to manage my time when my back was telling me to stretch. I didn't because I had too much homework to do. At first, I left it as it was okay with how much homework we were getting before COVID, but within months of COVID, I was getting overwhelmed on how much homework the teachers were giving us. Me and my other classmates asked the teacher that we know that we are not in person, and can they give us less homework because we are not meeting the requirements for graduation. We are not turning in on time, and we were getting too much anxiety because of not being able to turn things on time. I had a very difficult time trying to get up from my bed, saying I don't feel like going to class because of sleeping late at night. Due to too much homework, I just didn't feel like going. I did experience depression in my life, where it caused me to lose hope on if I was going to be able to graduate high school, and if I had any sense of going to college. I was having too much stress dealing with homework, but not only that, I was trying to help my fellow classmates with their homework, and also helping my mom with stuff around the house. I had it very difficult in this time, where I also experienced the loss of interaction. It was very sad and heartbreaking to me, because now having someone to talk to and not being able to say goodbye to our friends from high school was very sad for me. There were many events that I witnessed and experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic. One of these events was witnessing food shortages. In the event where the news said that there would be a grand shortage of foods which they cannot feed everybody. My family were stressed out because they thought food was running out as they went right away to the supermarket to get food. They spent hundreds of dollars on food, and I was excited at the moment because we were getting food and even cans of food, and spending money. But what we were not thinking about was the fact that we were buying too much food and we couldn't eat everything. Honestly, we had to throw everything away, throw a lot of canned food away, and other supplies that were expired. Beginning of my senior year of high school, I felt that this is my last year and I need to give my very best in order to graduate. I was focused on going to my one class in the early morning and 6 other classes that taught every day a new subject. I started to learn many subjects and got prepared for college. Within those days, I spent my time staring at a screen for more than 8 hours for class, and sometimes did homework at night. Honestly, COVID didn't affect me academically because it actually made me learn a new experience easier due to there not being quizzes, tests, and memorization. Music helped me a lot to maintain my really high GPA. My physical health, on the other hand, was really bad because I wasn't getting enough sleep and wasn't exercising very often, which resulted in me gaining weight and that I didn't want. The pandemic harmed me mentally with stress, anxiety, and depression. Those three were the ones who were trying to put my motivation down, but I didn't want that to happen. And interfere with my health too much to the point that I stopped my studies and can't continue. I was really affected by this pandemic, which was like a roller coaster with its up and downs. This happened for a whole year until I was able to learn that I am eligible to graduate and have been selected to go to my dream university. There were some good and bad events that I was able to experience, which include a good thing that happened was grad night, being an in-person graduation, but no prom. That was the saddest part. I was so sad and mad at the same time that for the first time in my high school year, I won't be able to attend prom. In my mind, I was disappointed that the pandemic took that away from me. Honestly, I'm still grateful for having a grand night in a theme park called the Universal Studios Hollywood and celebrating with my siblings, which I'll remember forever. I really enjoyed having an in-person graduation. I graduated from high school with a very high GPA. I can't believe I managed to have this GPA, which is a 4.32 GPA. I am proud of myself for overcoming all the obstacles and challenges that I faced in this pandemic in order to achieve this high GPA. I appreciate everything that happened, and I thank all my teachers and family for supporting me in this path to my graduating year. The transition to CSUN was actually me feeling better to myself and finding the rightful university that I would love to be part of, which I chose California State University Northridge because I wanted to get into the university that my siblings went to. I wanted to feel the same way they were feeling when entering a new chapter in their lives where they could go to college and go and reach their goals. So I followed their footsteps in joining CSUN, becoming a matador. I also wanted to be part of the ELP at CSUN, which is honestly the best choice I have ever made. My experience going to many meetings with the ELP mentors and directors, I could say that I am a part of a great community where they really care. I really like this program because I got to know many people from different backgrounds, and you'll meet many people which could later result in making friends with them. I made many friends in my freshman seminar class, where I get to collaborate with classmates and do projects together. This helped me a lot with getting back to my social life and talking more to people I didn't know. I love this program, and soon you will too. After going through this experience during the pandemic and knowing what I know today, the advice that I would give you would be to always be calm with any situation that crosses your way. Going outside to exercise or even just for a walk, it really helps your physical health instead of just sitting in your chair for 8 hours or wherever you are. Always stand up to stretch, even if you are facing the screen all day. Have breaks too. They really help a lot. Be sure to have a good sleep schedule and try not to sleep late. And that's if you have homework. Like, can't even do it. Like, in the day you still have homework. Just try to do it and finish it before the next day. If you're having stress, listen to music. Music will help you a lot. It will help you calm yourself down with also breathing exercises will help you a lot calm down your anxiety. Help me a lot. And always use positive thinking and affirmations to cope with stress. In this pandemic, if this pandemic ever happens again, the most important thing you do is to always wear a mask over your nose and mouth. Stay 6 feet apart from others. Wash your hands with soap and water. Use hand sanitizer everywhere you go, and get vaccinated when it's available to you. These are just a few ways that can help you with not spreading the virus. I hope this helps and everybody in the future. A memory from the past 20 months would be not having a prom, but being able to have a graduation in person. Hearing that we are not having a prom was devastating to hear, because when you remember in your 9th grade year, your teacher tells you that in 4 years you'll be able to go to prom, have a grand night with your friends, and be able to graduate on stage and to receive your diploma. I'm still sad to this day because of not having my prom, and it was actually very important that I wanted to experience before going to college. It was ripped away from me because of this pandemic. But on the other hand, my grand night was very great. And my in-person graduation was great as well. I am thankful though to have gotten a graduation and a grand night. My graduation was not a traditional graduation where everyone is together and all their families come. Where it's traditional for my high school last year, the families could go on stage or in the field where we usually have the ceremony. And I still remember to this day all the good moments that we had in high school. My graduation started with everyone with their caps and gowns, sitting in their seats to begin the ceremony of class of 2021. 3 classes of mine went to the stage to give their speeches which were heartbreaking, and give their goodbyes. I am honored to have been a valedictorian in my last year of high school. I am thankful for what occurred at the end of the ceremony where they had fireworks for us. That was very sweet of them. That was an amazing experience, and later after that I met up with my friends to take pictures. And when everyone was leaving, we said our goodbyes and went home. I hugged my parents and my siblings. I was crying and excited to begin a new chapter in my life, going to the college of my dreams, Cal State University, Northridge, CSUN.